In the symphony of change, our voices are the crescendo. Uprisings are echoes of a silenced truth. Ascent is the seed. Uprising is the flourishing tree. In the dance of rebellion, our steps echo through history. Range whispers and uprisings roar. Our songs are the heartbeat of a sleeping giant. The rise is to defy the gravity of injustice. Your voices are the ink, and history is our canvas. The scenes are revolutions of the soul. In every uprising, a new chapter of courage is written. Hope is the ember. Uprising is the wildfire. Uprisings are the ripples that disrupt the stagnant waters of oppression. Change knocks softly. Uprising kicks down the door. The pen may be mighty, but the uprising is a thunderstorm. Uprisings are the constellations formed by the stars of resistance. In the uprising, we find the symphony of our collective strength. Every uprising is a declaration of the human spirit's indomitable will. Resistance is a melody. Uprising is the anthem. Uprisings are the echoes of a generation's yearning for justice. In the silence of oppression, an uprising is a roar for freedom. Our uprising is the brushstroke on the canvas of change. Uprisings are the heartbeat of a reawakening society. Hope is the catalyst. Uprising is the reaction. To rise is to rewrite the narrative of oppression. Uprisings are revolutions painted with the colors of resilience. The symphony of uprisings is composed by the orchestra of the oppressed. In every uprising, a phoenix of change emerges from the ashes of conformity. Uprisings are the roadmaps to the destination called justice. Change is the journey. Uprising is the destination. The rise is to unravel the chains of injustice. Uprisings are whispers that become a thunderous roar against tyranny. In the tapestry of time, uprisings are the vibrant threads of resistance. Every uprising is a testament to the human spirit's unyielding resilience. Uprisings are the heartbeat of a society refusing to be silenced. Change may knock softly, but uprisings kick down the doors of oppression. The brush of change paints the canvas of uprisings. Uprisings are the echoes of the silenced, speaking volumes against injustice. In every uprising, the human spirit blossoms like a defiant flower through concrete. Change is the melody. Uprising is the anthem. Uprisings are the symphonies that echo through the corridors of history. In every uprising, the voiceless find their voice. To rise is to rewrite the script of oppression. Uprisings are the stories of resilience told by the pen of change. Change is the spark. Uprising is the wildfire. In every uprising, hope is the flame that refuses to be extinguished. Uprisings are the constellations lighting up the darkest skies of oppression. Change whispers, but uprisings roar against the winds of injustice. Every uprising is a chapter in the book of human courage. The rise is to break the shackles that bind the spirit. Uprisings are revolutions composed by the orchestra of the oppressed. Change may be a gentle breeze, but uprisings are the hurricanes of justice. In every uprising, the echoes of resistance become the anthem of the oppressed. Uprisings are the heartbeat of a society refusing to be silenced. Change is the river. Uprising is the flood. The rise is to ascend above the clouds of injustice. Uprisings are the pulsating beats of a society yearning for freedom. Where hope is the melody. Uprising is the anthem. During every uprising, the voiceless find their chorus. Uprisings are the constellations forming a map to liberation. Change is the canvas. Uprising is the masterpiece. The rise is to cast off the chains of conformity. Uprisings are symphonies conducted by the baton of justice. Change is the rhythm. Uprising is the dance. In every uprising, the pen becomes a sword against injustice. Uprisings are revolutions penned with the ink of resilience. Hope is the ember. Uprising is the wildfire. The rise is to transcend the walls of oppression. Uprisings are the echoes of a generation's plea for freedom. Change is the heartbeat. Uprising is the pulse. In every uprising, the silenced find their voice in unison. Uprisings are the constellations that navigate the darkest nights of injustice. Hope is the spark. Uprising is the inferno. To rise is to soar above the storm clouds of oppression. Uprisings are symphonies orchestrated by the voices of the unheard. Change is the river. Uprising is the floodgate. In every uprising, the pen writes the poetry of resistance. Uprisings are revolutions painted with the colors of resilience. Hope is the melody. Uprising is the anthem. To rise is to break the chains of silence. Uprisings are the echoes of a society yearning for justice. In the quiet rebellion of hearts, a revolution begins. In times, the language of the oppressed, the anthem of the unheard. Bravery is the spark, uprising the wildfire. History is written by those who dared to defy. In the face of oppression, every act of resistance is a victory. The seeds of revolution are sown in the soil of injustice. The whisper of discontent can ignite the flame of change. Our sings are the echoes of silenced voices. Freedom is not given. It is claimed through uprising. The chains of tyranny are shattered by the hammer of rebellion. Resistance is the heartbeat of a nation yearning to be free. Uprising is the soul's response to the oppression of its body. We're in the dance of dissent. Every step is a stride towards liberty. To rise is to refuse to be held down. A single candle can defy the deepest darkness of tyranny. Uprisings are the symphony of the dispossessed. In the ashes of oppression, the phoenix of freedom emerges. In the uprising, we find our truest selves. The revolution begins with a spark, but it is fueled by the flames of unity. To stand against injustice is to stand on the right side of history. The brave defy, the oppressed rise. It's the dance of liberation. Uprisings are the storms that cleanse the air of oppression. Earth is the heartbeat of rebellion. In every act of defiance, a revolution is born. The pen of dissent writes the verses of freedom. The uprising is not an event. It is a movement, a relentless march towards justice. A free spirit knows no chains, for it is bound to the uprising of its own will. Resistance is the language spoken by those who refuse to bow. Uprising is the language the oppressor fears the most. The echoes of rebellion are louder than the chains of oppression. A single voice can start the symphony of change. In the uprising, we reclaim the stolen narratives of our existence. To rise is to reclaim the dignity denied by oppression. The uprising is a canvas painted with the colors of justice. In uprising, the art of breaking chains, the poetry of liberation. During the uprising, we find not just freedom, but the essence of our humanity. To defy is to declare, I'm not what you've made me. For every uprising is a declaration of love for freedom. Uprisings are the whispers that awaken the dormant spirit of a nation. In the uprising, the silenced become the speakers of truth. To rise against tyranny is to honor the call of justice. A tyrant fears the uprising more than the mightiest army. The uprising is the heartbeat of a nation refusing to flatline. In the uprising, we learn that freedom is not negotiable. Defiance is the language spoken by those with a thirst for justice. The uprising is the sunrise after the darkest night of oppression. From this, the revolution that begins in the corridors of the heart. To rise is to declare independence from the chains that bind. In every uprising, a new chapter of history is written. The uprising is the battle cry of those who refuse to be silent. Freedom is not a gift. It's a right claimed through uprising. To rise is to defy the gravity of oppression. Uprisings are the whispers that topple the mightiest walls. In the uprising, we rewrite the narrative of our own liberation. The uprising is the poetry of resilience, the song of the oppressed. Defiance is the key that unlocks the shackles of tyranny. Uprisings are the compass guiding nations towards justice. The rise is to transcend the limits imposed by the oppressor. Free in the uprising, we paint the canvas of our own destiny. A rebellion is the courage to stand when others choose to kneel. Risings are the footprints left by those who dared to walk free. The rise is to be reborn from the ashes of oppression. In the uprising, we become the architects of our own liberation. Defiance is the silent roar that echoes through the corridors of power. Forcing uprising, the revolution that begins in the hearts of the disenfranchised. The rise is to ascend beyond the reach of oppression's grasp. In the uprising, we find not just freedom but the essence of our humanity. Virtually uprising is a declaration of war against the chains that bind us. To defy is to reclaim the stolen dreams of a nation. Uprising is the symphony of voices refusing to be silenced. In the uprising, we rewrite the script of our own emancipation. The rise is to break free from the chains that bind us to injustice. The uprising is the heartbeat of a nation refusing to flatline. Risings are the whispers that awaken the dormant spirit of a nation. And in the uprising, the silenced become the speakers of truth. Defiance is the language spoken by those with a thirst for justice. The uprising is the sunrise after the darkest night of oppression. In the uprisings, the revolution that begins in the corridors of the heart. The rise is to declare independence from the chains that bind. In every uprising, a new chapter of history is written. The uprising is the battle cry of those who refuse to be silent. Freedom is not a gift. It's a right claimed through uprising. The rise is to defy the gravity of oppression. Uprisings are the whispers that topple the mightiest walls. During the uprising, we rewrite the narrative of our own liberation. The uprising is the poetry of resilience, the song of the oppressed. Defiance is the key that unlocks the shackles of tyranny. Uprisings are the compass guiding nations towards justice. The rise is to transcend the limits imposed by the oppressor. In the uprising, we paint the canvas of our own destiny. A rebellion is the courage to stand when others choose to kneel. Risings are the footprints left by those who dare to walk free. The rise is to be reborn from the ashes of oppression. In the uprising, we become the architects of our own liberation. Defiance is the silent roar that echoes through the corridors of power.